Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Keeping Up with Kid P. I am your girl Kid P, aka Kid the Crafter, and today we are working on another purse. Okay, and this one is going to be a purse without a mold, so I'm gonna take you down so we can get started. But before we do, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel, okay? Because we always gonna keep giving you new and exciting content, okay? Now, with no more further ado, let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna take you down. We have our purse mode here. Let me bring you just a little bit closer. And get you just a little bit closer. Okay. And so we ordered some purse frames just so that I can bring you guys up to speed. We ordered some purse frames thinking that we were going to get the frames that we needed for the poured resin purses. However, when we got them, they were smaller, and so I was stuck with these shells and frames. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and make my goddaughter's purse for prom out of these frames. So I got my purple spray paint. We're gonna go ahead and get started getting that purple on there. And I just need this purple for a base color. The good thing is that we can still use these shells and frames. They're just gonna be smaller, and they're gonna be made just a little bit different, but that's okay. And so we're gonna put our first coat on here and let that dry, and then we're gonna come back and do a second coat to make sure that it's good and coated, and then we'll come back and finish it up. Okay, so we have our purple, and I am using our Rust-Oleum 2x Ultra Cover Paint Plus Primer for this particular project. And I'm going to set this can down on here so it does not blow off, just to kind of give it some weight. And then we'll come back and finish it up in a moment, okay? Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and spray our second coat on here, just to make sure it is fully covered and coated nice. It did good with that first coat, but I just want to make sure that we have everything nice and covered. Okay, and we're going to let that dry. And then we're going to get ready to start with our fun part. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell, so that you can be notified when we upload new content. And we'll be back with the next step. Alright guys, so we are back with our shells that we spray painted the nice pretty purple. It came out just a smidgen darker than what I wanted it, but that's okay. We just kind of need it for the background and the base. So I am mixing up here 4 ounces of our epoxy store resin here, the A and the B, and I have a total of 4 ounces here, and we're gonna put a clear coat of glitter mixture on top of the shells to give it that iridescent and glitter effect. Okay. So as I mix that up, I'm gonna go ahead and put in my white fine iridescent glitter in here. Quite generous. I'm gonna put my white chunky iridescent glitter in here. And I'm gonna throw in a little bit of this silver iridescent glitter. And we're gonna stir all of that together. All right, stirring up this glitter mix here. And we're gonna get ready to pour it on top. I'm hoping it is thick enough. It looks like it is. I want to see when it runs how is it gonna do. I think I want to put just a little bit more of the glitters in here because I want it to be nice and thick. So I'm gonna put just a little bit of all three in here. And stir all of that up in there. Nice and good. And I'm gonna have to clean this cup really, really well when I get finished, because y'all know glitter, it is just do what it wanna do. Fudge, stop it. Stop. Y'all know he always got to make his appearance in the videos. He always do. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start pouring. That is so pretty. And I'm just gonna go right to the edges of the purse before I start working on the sides, because this shell is a little bit different than the shells I normally do. This is the first time I'm doing this one, so I'm just taking it right to the edge before I pour by the edge, I guess I should say, or over the edges. I'm just taking the resin right up to it before it falls over, and then I'll start letting it fall over. But that is looking really pretty. That is giving me the look that I would want without having to put a sticky paper over it. And then I could still come back and do just about anything on top of this. That is so cute. And then I'm gonna pour this side, do the same over here. If y'all hear whispering, that's my daughter and her friend who's not supposed to be talking. So they trying to whisper. So hopefully you don't hear them. But I'm just going to spread this on top, just like I did that one. I'm debating if I even want to go over the sides, but I kind of do because I want that glaze and that cohesive look. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it over the sides, but you can get creative and throw some trim around there, but not too wide of a trim that'll fit inside the frame when you put the frame on it. I seen a girl who had a purse at the wedding, and it didn't have a frame, and I know that frame is like $200. That mold, it's a $200 mold. And so that's what I want to be working towards. I want to bring that to this show. So hopefully in the next month or so, I can have it. And then I don't have to do nothing with a frame. I could just work like that and make them. That way, this is cute. All right, so from this point, I'm just gonna start pouring over the edges. Just kind of going over the edges with the extra and wipe it. Okay. And that is how that will go. And it's just covering this frame all the way around. Now what I'm trying to do is see if I can scoot and scrape up some of this that's down here so I can put it back in my cup and pour it on the next one, on the edges of the next one. And I have scraped up quite a bit and put it back, so that's cool. But it's all around all the sides, and it's looking real pretty. Now once I get this other side done, I'll just like be taking it and, you know, making sure that the corners and stuff is good for about the first 10 to 15, 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna come and do the same to this one. Just kind of pouring it right over the edge, nice and slow, so that it's fully covered as it falls over. I can come back and start putting some of that back in here as well. put it back on the top. Make sure you get your corners. My corners is done. Then I'm gonna come starting on this side. Same thing. Making sure it's covered. Putting some of it back in the bottle. And I have it on this parchment paper and a mold, like a flat surface mold. So it'll cure pretty good. And I can manipulate it like so and put some of it back. Okay, we're gonna get this other side. And again, I just needed to have the glaze and some of the sparkle effect on the sides. So we're gonna start and go down this side. And come across this side. Right on that edge. Okay, like so. Y'all, this purse is sparkling. And so I'm just coming back, putting more and more layers of it on top. And we want the big glitters. To be stuck on the sides. So I'm just gonna keep doing this over and over. But everything looks pretty good. Try to get everything out my cup. Close this top. Just going back over my corners, giving them a little extra attention. Okay. Let that sit for a minute. Then we're gonna wipe, go ahead and fire it up, getting the bubbles out of it, and move on from there. Put it together. See if I can work with these frames. Glitter is such a mess to clean, so you got to make sure you get it right away so you don't ruin your cups. I'm using these are like adult wipes, and I like them because they're bigger than the baby wipes, and they have a little bit more durability than the baby wipes. So I use like these kind of wipes. I get mine at the Dollar Tree. You get a pack. You don't get as many, but you can cut them in half and get the same amount because they're big. They're bigger. And they clean up so good. Like ain't nothing, like it's nothing been in there. All right, let's fire it up and see what it do. See what we got up in here. That's pretty. All right. That looks really, really good. Nice and sparkly and pretty. Really, really good. All right, y'all, stay tuned. We coming back. All right, guys, we are back with our purple shells. They came out gorgeous, pretty. We're gonna go ahead and put some sound absorption in them to keep them from, you know, keep the items and things from rattling on the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the corners down into an angle. And I probably will not use all of this or need all of it, but we're gonna go ahead and try to see if this will fit. And I like to kind of do a test run before I actually glue it in there to just kind of make sure that everything is a proper size. And it looks like we're gonna be okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and Mod Podge. I had a little bit left on my brush. I'm gonna be generous. So we make sure we get a nice coating on here so that the felt will stick. Make sure we got a lot. Be generous with it. already did the other one, so I just kind of wanted to do this one with you guys. And I'm just gonna drop it on in there. It's going to absorb the felt, so that's fine. You just want to slide it up, making sure that it's flush and along the sides. We'll cut all of the little excess out of it. But you just want to make sure that it's lined up pretty smooth, so when you put it into the frame, it lays right. Okay, and just adjust it as you go around. Just making sure we got enough material in here to fill it and to make sure that it is nice and smooth. Corners and edges. That looks pretty good. Slide this up just a smidgen. Might have to stretch it out, but that's okay too. Make sure that it's nice and flush, which it is. And so we're gonna cut the excess off. Just like so. And if you have to go back in and reposition it, that's fine too. And the object is to just make sure that it's in there. That everything is nice and flush. Okay. Glued and tucked. Push that down. And where these corners are like overlapping, that's fine. You can cut some of it out if you need to. So that it don't be so thick, because you're going to put this in a frame. So I'm just cutting like these little extras. And making sure it's up against. All right. We're going to set this in front of the fan, let this dry, then we're going to come back and put it in the frame. Okay, there you have it. Some Mod Podge on the back part. Let me get that off. Okay, we're going to set this over to the side, let it dry. Alright guys, we are back with the shell for my goddaughter's purse. We're going to go ahead and put the side shields in. I have already cut them 4x5 and then cut them with the kind of like a triangle, but without the top part. I'm gonna peel the film off. This comes with a film. peel that off, and then I'm going to take my double-sided tape. This tape you can find at the Dollar Tree. It's a double-sided super glue tape, and I use this for all my purses. It works really well. I'm going to slice it down the middle because I don't need it this wide. And then that just lets me be able to stretch it a little bit more too, because we don't need it this wide. So I like to work on the curl on this particular fabric. Okay, yeah, that was right. Okay, and so we're going to line it up closest to the bottom and press it against the frame. You can use a popsicle stick if you don't have nails to get down in there. Bring it back around and put the tape on the other side, doing the same thing. This takes literally about 5 minutes to do once you get it. Once you do the first couple, you can do this no problem. And then that's one side shield ready to go. Okay. I'm gonna put the other one in. This just keep all the belongings from falling out. Keep the purse from opening all the way up and all the stuff falling out. So we're gonna measure top to bottom, and I'm gonna try to get some of this off, but I probably won't be able to. Nope. Okay, so and that's fine. We don't, that'll be long enough to do what we need to do. Again, I'm working on the curl. And I'm just going to use a small piece from this. And we're going to go ahead and stick that down inside. Popsicle stick to press. And then on the other side, starting from the bottom, wheel that on up to the top, and then we'll try to get some of this off of here. We should be able to. I just need a little. I do have a little bit more, but I just kind of don't feel like getting it. Instead, I'd rather do this, right? Peel that back. Stick that down. And press. it's opening and closing just fine. So we'll fill that in like that. Put the shell on it. Oh, this is trash. And it will be ready to dry. I'm looking to see if I have some more got tape and so I got, and that's the tape. So that's what it looks like. And then this is the fix all. So we're gonna go ahead and put some glue. It's not much left, but we're gonna get everything out. That we can. It just comes gushing out. I'm just taking a stream all the way around, but I'm keeping it away from the mechanisms at the top. One side of the frame will have the working mechanisms and the other side won't. You can go all around the frame that doesn't have the working mechanisms, but the one that have the working mechanisms don't. Put the glue across that. Okay. So we have our frame here, and I'm wondering if I want to do another coat or something on it, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put it in here. Turn it back because I want to see if everything went inside of the frame like it should have. And okay, so next we're gonna do this other side. Now this one don't have the working mechanism, so I can put the glue all the way around. And so I'm just gonna take this bead all the way around. I might do some little extras to this one for her. Again, not going into where the mechanism is. Oh, this is so cute. Y'all, this came out so cute. I'm trying to see what is stopping me from putting it in here. Okay, there we go. put some weight on it so that everything can be pushed down and glued and all that good stuff. Okay, but it is so cute. It's super cute. I love it. Yes, I do. Got some glue across the bottom, and we'll clean all that up once it dries. Okay, but it's looking cute. Right, stay tuned.